All right, what's up, everybody? We're back on the charts. Thanks for checking out this video. If you can, go ahead and hit subscribe, like, comment, tell me where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions. We're jumping in. This is our weekly breakdown. Today is August 9th. We're looking at every trade this week, starting on Monday, which was August 5th. All right, so let's jump right in. We're looking at Nasdaq. All right. If we take a zoom out, right? If we zoom out, we can see that this is our daily map. This is our daily time frame. If you don't understand the map is amazing. We can see that price is coming down. So we are overall bearish on this daily trend. Okay. So Monday was sitting here. So what we want to do is every day we come to the chart, we want to mark up previous day high and low. This is going to sound like the last video because we do the same thing every time. All right. Previous day high and low. So if this is Monday, our previous day is Friday. So there's our high, here's our low, previous day high and low. And I do it with the blue lines and the 3 lines in the middle, which break it up into thirds. Right? So Friday, as you can see here, bearish. So we can anticipate Monday doing what? Being bearish. All right. Then we go to 12 hour time frame. Okay. So if Monday, right? Monday is here. Starts on Sunday evening at 5 p.m. Then we want to mark up the first candle of our session on Monday. Come to session breaks. We want to mark up the first 12-hour candle of the session, which is going to be this bearish candle right here. And what we want to do is we don't want to do the high and the low. We want to do the body, the open and the close. Okay. So I call that the 12-hour range. The first 12-hour candle of the session. You dig? All right.
Real quick, you said you're on the 12 or the 1 day?
Yeah. So we started on the 12. That's my homie. That's Zayden. He's on the call with us. All right.
Yes, sir.
We started on the daily. We did the high and low of the previous day. And then we went to 12-hour and we did the first 12-hour body, open to close right here of the session that we're looking at, which is Monday. So that's from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. If you don't have the 12-hour time frame available, then what you want to do is go to 4-hour. Check this out. You want to do the open of the first 4-hour to the close of the third 4-hour, which would be right here. So the open is this bearish candle, the body, to the close of the third, which is this candle right here. So 1, 2, 3. Here's the open of the third, the close of the third. Okay. And we call that the 12-hour range. Then we want to bring that out. Now we want to go to, I like to look at 1 hour, right? I like to look at 1 hour. I want to see if there's anything significant, because we want to look for the most likely where price is going to pull liquidity. Okay. So I can see that there's liquidity here that was made at midnight. So what I want to do, I'll just look for a significant low, and in this case it's right here. All right, so now we're set up, we're ready. we're set up. All right, I'm gonna jump down to 15-minute, and because of our approach, okay, because of our approach, I want to look at 15-minute, and the first thing I want to do is throw the arrows up. It's the first thing I want to do. And what do I want to look at? I want to look at, what is the cloud saying? The cloud is red. That's this red blob right here, the red cloud. So there's potential for sales. Remember, we're beneath previous day low, like significantly. So just keep that in mind. Take out a low to go higher. How low will it go? We don't know. Okay. So let me take those arrows off real quick. And I also want to be mindful that we just touched a monthly level. So all this is taking place. All this is, we're keeping it in mind. Like, you know, we already know what's going to be required for us to take an entry, to take a sell or a buy. Okay. But we're just keeping these things in mind. Okay. So previous month was July. So we have a July low sitting right there. All right. And we have double bottoms right here, this monthly level. When I say double bottoms, I mean these two candles right here have pretty significant lows. So I'm just going to mark that up. Price could tap into that and bounce up. All right. All right. All kinds of stuff we want to keep in mind. Here we go. So back to 15-minute. Let's take us back to Monday. Here's Monday. And if you look at the map, you know, the map is doing all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Let me get Let's see. Let me load map. All right. This Gann map is pretty insane. This is not going to be a very in-depth look at what we're doing on the map. But because we're still, like, you know, early of the month, the map is giving us some pretty decent respected levels. That's a little too thick. Let's go 2. All right. So we can see here that by Monday, we make a pretty significant drop into this arc. So I have to show you how to get that arc on there. All right, so we're gonna watch these Gann levels, the map levels. Okay, so back to Monday. Here's Monday. We had a red cloud. We have our 12-hour range. All right, so let's take us to 8:30. Okay, so now I'm gonna open up this 1-minute window here. All right. Let's see if I can blow that up so we can see it. Why did we take this buy? That's all we really want to know when we have a red cloud. Well, if we're beneath the 15-minute cloud this far, we know that price wants to go and tap it. We know that price wants to come back and touch this cloud at some point. We don't know when. It could happen whenever it wants. Okay. So we have a red cloud, and now we have to look at our arrow. What is the arrow? The arrow is red. By 8:30, the arrow is red. So we know we have a red cloud and red arrow. Which means we're going to be looking for what? Sales. Sell. Why did we click buy then? All right, we're about to go through it. Are you ready? All right, so we see that price takes out a monthly level, which could potentially take us higher. And we see that price took out a very significant low here at midnight, which could take us higher. All right. Now, 8:30 happens. 8:30 opens the New York Stock Exchange. And what we've been doing is looking at the first 5-minute candle, the first 5-minute range. All right. The first 5 minutes actually gives us this range right here. So from 8:30 to 8:35. Here's the low, here's the high. And the idea is if price breaks out, which in this case, where did it go? It broke up, right? Price broke up out of this range. Then the idea is to wait for it to come back into the range and give us a reason to buy, which means another candle coming out. All right, so that's why we took this buy right here. Now, if you look at your arrows, you see you had a green arrow right here, which we ignored because we have a red cloud and a red arrow on 15. All right, if we look at our line, we see that we had a rocket way back here at 741. All right, so taking this buy is so risky. So you have to risk proper. All right, you have to like make the price. I mean the risk very, very, very minimal. All right, in our case, we're risking 50 points. All right, on this trade, we see price come back into the 5-minute range, and then we take this first green candle up. Now, this is brand new for me, and I'm just practicing it. If we're just trading our arrows, we have no entry because of the red arrow and the red cloud. Now, taking this buy out of the first 5-minute range, right, means what? Means I'm going to target, because we're entering into the 12-hour gray box. Okay, the 12-hour gray box. So we could target that whole entire 12-hour gray box. Okay, and so we watch price print. It goes up and then it goes sideways. I mean, we're kind of riding with the trend of our rocket ship because our line is still blue. All right, and then we watch price retrace, gives us a little pancake fake out, and then goes sideways some more. Then we get another rocket at 9:39, and we also get a cloud flip on 1 minute. So red cloud on 1 minute turns to green. That's a good indication that we're going in the right direction. Now, once the cloud flips to green, we're going to wait for price to come back to the cloud on 1 minute, or at least try to get close, right? So we continue to watch price print, and it makes a pretty significant rally all throughout the day. So at 11 o'clock, which is when I'm done, we've already hit 450 points. That's a good day. I don't care what you say. All right, so for the end of the day, let's say we targeted a bank zone of 18,150 or something like that. If I turn on my targets, yeah, there's 18,150 right there. Bullseye targets, bullseye arrows, bullseye lines, they're all saying bullish. All right, so that's Monday. Insanity. So it was the first 5-minute candle range that we did a breakout, a retest, continuation, and then we held it for 541 points. Monday was insane. All right, then you can see at over the afternoon, it starts to retrace. By that time, Hopefully you've taken profits and you are done. That's Monday. All right, then we're going to go to Tuesday, and we do the same thing. Tuesday, let's see here. Yeah, here comes Tuesday. We're going to the daily time frame. We're going to look at Tuesday. So here was Monday, left us with a wick, but a red candle. So we're going to take the low of Monday, move that down, and take the high, which is here, and move it down. So now we have a high and a low with 3 white lines in the middle. Then 12-hour range, we do the same thing every day. We got the daily high and low, and then we mark up the body of the 12-hour range, which is this right here. Okay? And we go to 15-minute. What are we looking for? On Tuesday, we're looking to see what color the cloud is. Okay? So we turn on our arrow. It's still red. Okay. So by the time we get to the chart at 8 o'clock, we want to see what is the most recent arrow that's printed, and it's this right here. So it's the same setup as a Monday. Red cloud, red arrow. So why did we take a buy on Tuesday? Let's look at it. Let's see what happens. All right. So we watch 8:30 print. Okay. And here's what's significant about taking this buy is because we have this first white line, which is part of our daily high and low. Now, the idea is if price comes and touches that first white line, initially I'm looking for it to bounce up. If it comes and touches that white line and continues down, giving us more volume down, meaning sellers come into the market and it wants to crash, then we'll wait and see what happens. But at this moment, at 8:36, you get a red arrow, which is technically an A+ setup to sell. So you could have taken that sell. 50-point stop, almost gets touched. You see that right there? Almost gets touched. As soon as you enter it, price goes into profit. Then it comes and retraces back in the higher price ranges. And the first 5-minute candle, we actually get a break beneath. So pay attention, watch this. The only thing that's really keeping us from entering these sells on this breakout is this first white line of the previous day high and low thirds. So 50 points gets hit. If you targeted that white line, that's 72 points. Then you protect, you get knocked out in profit, then you wait. And I'm typically waiting around 9 o'clock to see what really happens. So you can see here, there's a very significant move up. So what I want to do, I want to see what our line says. Okay. We see the first 5-minute candle right here. That's our range. We're looking to see if this thing wants to come back into it, right? We want to see if it wants to come back into the range and then give us a reason to sell. But because it fails to do that, and we get a rocket ship right here, look, we want to take that rocket ship. All right. And we can see here, let's see, what is our stop loss going to be? Stop loss, 50 points, something like that. Okay, now if price wants to continue higher, where could we potentially target? We have the top of the 12-hour range right there, right? And so if we watch price, how price prints, we see that we get a 15-minute arrow up, which is a good sign that this buy is a good direction. And then we get some cloud touches. So you can see here, I took some scalps going up because we had a green arrow print on 15. Now we're in a red cloud on 15. So what are we doing? We're looking to see if price wants to come touch the top of that cloud. In this case, Tuesday was absolutely good for the buys. Now watch how price comes back right into the 5-minute range. Let me turn some of this off so I don't get too crowded. All right, price comes out of the range down first and then back into it and fails to continue down. Now we see price comes out of the first 5-minute range, then back into it and kind of goes sideways a little bit, right? And then back out and continues higher. That's a good sign. Tuesday was good for the buys. All right, so let's see. What are we targeting? Top of the 12-hour range, potentially. Definitely gets hit. Come back into the 12-hour range. And then we get a couple more entries. And now we could be targeting previous day high. Something like that. All right, so it gets hit at 11:52. Bro, that's 265 points. Plus all the little entries right here. I'm not good at math, but there was a couple of more entries that we took at the end of our session. Let's see. I want to say they may have been, yeah, one of them was a rocket ship going up at 10:45, and one was a green arrow that was really close to the green cloud, and we had a green arrow up on 15, which means it's good for buys. And then you just target. In our case, we targeted, it looks like a bank zone of 18,300, which is right there. Something like that. So had you held this first trade, 300 points, 176 points, 151. That's like 600 points. Something like that for the day. Just looking at buys, just looking at the first 5-minute candle, the daily high and low with the thirds. All right, let's go to Wednesday. Hope this is making sense. Hey, if you watch this far, then I'm going to ask you to go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel, AaronDchannel, or wherever you're watching this from. Hit that like button. I don't know. Y'all know what to do. All right, here goes the daily time frame again. And it's Wednesday, so we're going to mark up Tuesday's high, which is right here, and Tuesday's low. Then, this gets boring, I know. 12-hour range for Wednesday, right? So now we're on Wednesday. The first 12-hour candle, open and close. All right. Now we'll go to 15-minute. Take me to Wednesday, which is right here. Now, let's pay attention. Why did we take a sell? Look, I'm already showing you exactly the entry that I took. But why did we take it? Why did we take it? All right. We can see here that Tuesday gave us a high, and then it retraced all the way back down. Okay. Then overnight, it comes and gives us a lot of bullish momentum. Okay. So comes back to previous day high here. Okay, so 8:30, what does our 15-minute cloud say? Red. And what is the previous, the most recent, right? The most recent arrow that's printed is green right here. So I'm going to mark that up. I'm going to draw it out, and I'm going to make it green. Going up. All right. So we're looking for potentially a buy situation. Why? Because we have a green arrow going up. On 1 minute, looks like we have a green cloud. So at 8:30, check this out. At 8:30, actually at 8:22, you get a green arrow going up. So you could have potentially taken that. At 8:30 though, check this out. We watched that 5-minute, first 5-minute range. All right, let me draw it over, because you could have got caught in this little trap right here. And so pay attention. We take out previous day high to potentially go low. That's this blue line. So we go above it. We potentially could continue down. You got to watch it. All right. First 5-minute candle range is here from 8:30 to 8:35. We break above it, right? And we're pretty far from the green cloud. So I want to see it come back into this first 5-minute candle range and give us a reason to buy. Okay. Keeping in mind that we are really far from this 1-minute cloud. So I want to see it come and touch it, which it does here at 9:20. Okay. And you might have thought, well, this thing might just melt all the way down. Well, pay attention, because what else is it doing? It's coming to touch that 12-hour range. And it could also come and touch our 15-minute arrow up range. All right, so what do we ended up doing? Here it goes. We ended up taking a green arrow on 1 minute, right? 50-point stop. Why? Because we're coming out of the green cloud. It's green arrow on 15-minute, but we know that price is above the 15-minute cloud. It could come and touch the 15-minute cloud at any moment. So the 50-point stop, the 50-point take profit gets hit. That's a good 1% profit. So that happened in like 3 minutes. That's great. So now we're watching price print, because we broke beneath the 5-minute, and it just, you got to be careful, because you can get caught in whipsaw. It could just whip you to death. All right. So now we're watching and waiting, looking at our line. We see that price is just going back and forth, consolidation, not cool. So why did we end up taking this sell? All right. If we look here, we see that price has given us a lot of reasons to sell. Okay. We know that we have a red cloud on 15. That's one reason why we should sell. But we're way above it, so we know it could come back down and touch it. Okay, we broke beneath the 5-minute range. We broke above the 5-minute range, so that's kind of confusing. What else? We have a green cloud on 1 minute. So why did we click sell? Well, I want you to check this out, because if we look at where price is giving us these tops, the peaks, and falling. It's coming and touching the peaks and falling. What's there? Like, what's there? Why does it keep falling? Well, if we look, you would see that there is a the Friday prior gave us this first 5-minute range. And so that's why I keep those up there. I want to see if it's going to react. And you can see that it's reacting heavily, rejecting, which tells me it touched it once, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times and rejected. So what did I wait for? Give me a reason to sell. Pancake. The pancake is the reason why I sold right here. In addition to taking out previous day high, which could go lower. What do you mean it could go lower? We could come and target the first white line, which is what we did initially. And then we take that sell, and as price prints, it comes and touches it to the decimal. Come on. So if it would look something like this, right? First line. Man, right there. Sheesh. So the sells and a buy worked out. And it continues down. And I'm paying attention to the map, right? I'm paying attention. It came, touched the arc, come back all the way back up, broke beneath it again. Then it continued to fall. I'm holding this thing to this second white line, to this third white line. Come on, man. Previous day, high and low lines. That's it. That's all we had. That's all we had. We just keep targeting. And on a Wednesday, we watch it melt. And now we target previous day low. There's 512 points. Dude, you're done for the day. You just hold it. So that's Wednesday. Hope this is making sense. Thursday. All right, here comes Thursday. What are we going to do? Previous day high and low. Okay. So we just relocate. We relocate the low to Wednesday low and the high to Wednesday high. Now we're on Thursday. So I go to first 12-hour bar, which is here. Mark up the 12-hour body. Open, close. Drag it out. Come on. Let's go. All right, now we're going to 15-minute. Thursday, which is right here. Why did we take a buy? All right, let's look at it. All right, y'all ready? If we look at the cloud on 15, what does it say? Red. Gotcha. Okay, at 8:30. At 8:30, what is the most recent arrow printed? Green. Okay. So let's go to 1 minute time frame. That's right here. As you can see, we took out previous day low overnight. We bounce off of this map line right here. We could potentially melt, right? We don't know. We have no idea what's about to happen. Okay. What we do know is that we have a green arrow and a red cloud on 15. On 1 minute at 8:30, we have a green cloud. So it looks like it's a buy situation. Now, let's pay attention. Look at the white lines. We came and touched the first white line, failed to bounce down. We came and touched the second white line, and we started to bounce down. All right, so we watched the first 5-minute range. Check this out. That's this right here. And we break beneath it. Now, there's a little cell right here. I want to show you why I took that cell. That's a pancake. Because we broke beneath the first 5 minute, we came back into it, and then we fell out of it again. I got a signal to buy. Got a signal to sell. So we sold. All right. And we're targeting, I would say, the bottom of this green cloud on the 1 minute time frame. That's about 50 points. That's a 1-to-1. But now, because I know that we're still bullish, okay, we have a green arrow on 15, we have a green cloud on 1. I'm looking for a reason to buy on 1 minute. And where is it? Right there. That first green arrow that prints at 8:54, followed by a rocket ship at 8:59. So you can take both of those. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to see if it wants to break above the first 5-minute range. So what does it do? It breaks above the first 5-minute range. Okay. Then it comes back and taps into it right here at 9:07. Now, if I pull this all the way out, you can see that price continues up pretty significantly. And what do we target? Previous day high. Right there. Boom. Does it hit that target? Or do we have to wait? No, sir. It hits that target at 1:15. All right. So the reason why we took that buy should be very simple. We had a green arrow on 15. And we had a red cloud on 15. So it was a B setup buy. We watched price come back and tap into the green cloud on 1, and we take the first green cloud or green arrow up. And you could have taken 2 entries up. The green arrow up on 1 minute, followed by the rocket ship, take me up higher. 50-point stop. The stop loss never gets touched. Don't even come close. You just take that all the way up, man. Come on. You just watch price print. Now, can you be patient to let that price print all the way up there? Sheesh. Or are you taking profits? Well, I would say you could definitely take profits all the way up and let a runner run. So if you were to take both of those entries, let's see. One of them is 379 and one is 345. So 700 points for the day. That's Thursday. Let's go to Friday. Let's go to today. Hope this is making sense, man. All right. Coming up on an hour video. So these weekly breakdowns I enjoy doing. Let's go. So now we want to take the high of previous day, which is Thursday high, and Thursday low right there. Then we want to go to 12-hour. I want to mark up the first 12-hour range, which is right here. Want to pull that out. Something like that. Okay. Now, 15-minute. Oh boy, watch this. Because today was interesting. Today was interesting. Okay. Let's look at 15-minute time frame together. All right, here we go. What do we see on the 15-minute time frame? We see a green cloud. Now, I think this green cloud is very significant because we came and touched it over at 7:30 and bounced up. Okay. So now at 8:30, what is the most recent what's the most recent arrow? It's a red arrow. So we have a green cloud, red arrow, but we're bouncing up out of this 15-minute cloud. All right, what does the 1-minute cloud say? Red. Okay, so there's potential to get confused, but don't be confused. Okay, this 15-minute cloud is telling us let's go higher. Okay, so while you could take these red arrow entries, here is our first 5-minute. range right here. Price breaks above it, then it breaks beneath it. Okay, I want to see what happens at 9 o'clock. Here's 9 o'clock. Price comes and touches, or it comes and breaks beneath, and then 9 o'clock you see just a massive push up. So if I turn on my line, you see you had reasons to sell, which you could have scalped and taken it all the way back down to the 15-minute cloud, which happened right here at 9 o'clock. So I would have been targeting, had I taken those sales, I didn't take the sales. Had I taken the sales, I would have targeted the top of the 15-minute cloud, which kind of barely gets hit. So as you can see, 50-point stop does not get take profit. And you had 2 entries. Okay. Although it did break beneath and then break again out of the 5-minute range, we were, in my opinion, and my thought is that we were just too close to this 15-minute cloud to entertain those sales. I mean, unless you were scalping, that's it. Scalping meaning only taking 10 points and then getting out of there. So had you taken those sales, those did not work. Those were losses. So our bias is always determined by higher time frames, 15-minute cloud, right? So why did we take this buy? Easy. There is a rocket telling us go up. Right. So in the middle of the 5-minute range, we take the buy. Because we've bounced off of this cloud how many times? Here's one right there, and here's another right there. So because of those bounces, 2 bounces, right? I drew a little white line to tell me if price comes and goes beneath that white line, oh, it's over. We're selling. But fails to do so. So now we break above the first 5-minute range. Now I want to see it come back. Look, our entry, if we do it like this, 50-point stop, our 50 point take profit happens in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. And then watch how it reacts to this 15-minute arrow. It rejects it and the 12-hour range. Okay, so that's a good 1% increase right there. You could have definitely targeted 1 to 1.5 and see how price reacted to this range. Now, while we're waiting, while we're watching price print, we see a 15-minute green cloud up here, which happened right here. So now, why did we click buy again? All right, it looks like we had a rocket ship, right? Because we came and touched the first 5-minute range again, and we bounced up. So there's a rocket ship. 50-point stops don't get hit. We get knocked out. And we get a cloud flip up. Okay, we get a cloud flip up on 1 minute. So now we have a green cloud like for a second. Yeah, that's why Fridays are trap days, man. You gotta be careful. So if you were to take this green arrow up with a 50-point stop, you get knocked out. So that's a loss. All right, so you got 2 losses followed by 1 win had you taken both of those. Okay, now what's price doing? Price is gonna come potentially touch this white line, but look what ends up happening. We end up taking another buy entry right here on this rocket ship. So here is another 50-point stop. It gets smashed, and then finally we see price catch a trend. We get a cloud flip on 1 minute, and our 15-minute green arrow prints. So we waited a long time just for price to do what we initially thought it was going to do, which was go up. All right, so Friday played around with us a little bit, but had you target previous day high, that's almost 90 points. If you targeted the 12-hour range, that's 115 points. And what we were targeting was bank zone 18,550, which gets hit and then it starts to reject. Price comes back down to the 1 minute time for the 1 minute cloud, and we could see it. This is happening right now, so you could potentially see this thing just rally back up for the rest of the day, but we don't know. All we know is we don't know. We know that we got 169 points in profit, which mitigates the 2 losses. Actually, yeah, so this first loss broke even on the first buy entry, and then this 1 loss gets mitigated. So not a bad day for Friday. Okay, and what I also want to show is we'll go here to 30-minute time frame. Watch this. We'll zoom out. I want you to notice how price, if I was to get rid of all this, if I was to get rid of this so you can see, look how price, if I zoom out, I want you to see how the map is working. You see the arcs? The arcs are getting touched and bouncing out of it, getting touched and bouncing out of it. So we could potentially see this thing go higher next week. We could see this thing go up higher to 19,000, which would be right here. But like I said, all I know is I don't know. You can also see there's a previous 12-hour range that got touched, right? That's why I like keeping those ranges on there. So you could have potentially taken profit right there. We targeted a bank zone. It's all good, whichever one. And the buys are still good as long as this white line doesn't get broke and we don't go beneath it. It's all good. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this weekly breakdown. Appreciate you watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all the stuff. You dig? Let me know if you have any questions. If you want access to these arrows, if you want access to these bullseye arrows and bullseye line, drop me a message and we'll get those to you. All right. Appreciate you watching. Thanks. See you in the next video. Peace.